Now let's make use of all the points here, all the resolution, and add some waves and ripples to the yogurt. So a very handy tool, a very handy node that we use to do that is the mountain node. You could also do this in an attribute VOP. It's quite handy to, you have a bit more control there, but we can achieve some good results here just with the mountain node. It's all set up ready to go for us. So you just drop the mountain node, and then here we've got a load of different controls. We've got the height there to bring up the peaks, the element size, as you can see there, the actual, almost like the zoom, think of it like that. Scale, you can scale each part individually, so you kind of stretch things out there. Offset, you can take the offset and just kind of move it along specifically. You know, it won't change the look, but just move what you've got to a different area. You see it kind of moving along. What else? You got time. You can. It's quite nice with animation. It doesn't make sense in our scene, but if you can drop like keyframes or $T or $F there to get some nice procedural wavy motion. You got all different types of noise. You got these kind of whirly noises, which are cool. Alligator I use a lot. Different kinds of effects. Okay, I'm going to stick with the simplex. And let's see, I'm going to drop the height way down. And the element size, no, sorry, not 0.2 to 2. And the element size, I'm going to boost it up 5.46. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Octaves. If I drop this to 2, should smoothen it out. There. Obviously, I'm going for yogurts here, so I don't want it to be rough and hard. Okay, and what you can do, so we've got this one kind of level of undulation now. We can alt click and drag and make another, connect those up, and then we can mix this big detail with some smaller detail. We can combine them together. Okay, so for the smaller detail, let's drop this down now to 0.2. The element size as well to 0.75. And then, as I said in the scale, if we put this to 3, we get this kind of stretching out. We get these ripples, which is a bit more like a fluid, like a liquid. What else? Octaves, let's try raising them up. Get some, get some more detail in there. And drop this down 1.2. Let's smoothen it out just a bit. Okay, again, make sure that this is not turned on, because you will move the camera and lose your animation. Okay, so very subtle differences there, but it will be more evident in when we come to render. Great. So as I said, the idea is if we come here to our merge, maybe drop that down there so we can see them together. We got our blueberries and bits of chocolate dropping into the yogurt. And we want this, I'm going to turn off the grid again. We want the yogurt, the geometry, to react to this geometry. So we're going to pass color basically from these bits, this geometry, to the yogurt geometry, and then deform it based on the distance and also the velocity of this geometry. Okay, so let's delete this merge and take the split. We'll focus on the blueberries for now. What we're going to use is something called an attribute transfer. So if we can find it, where are you? Down here. Drop that, and then here it tells me geometry to transfer attributes to, so that is the yogurt, and here geometry to transfer the attributes from is the blueberries. If we highlight that, so right now its defaults is transferring, it's not going to transfer the position, but we don't have anything to send over. Okay, so if we give it something, oops, I don't want to do that. Let's undo, Control Z, put that back in case you copied me. I'm gonna drop a color node here, and then we might see it. No, not yet. If I give it color, just do red. I will do black because that's what we'll use later. And you'll see now here it's on by default. It's just taking everything, but we'll specify it. So CD is stands for color diffuse. And turn off primitives just to be clean and clear. So now we are transferring the color from this geometry to this geometry. And if you zoom out, yeah, you can see in the corners something happening. So that's because the radius is quite big. So if we come into the conditions here, you can see the distance threshold. If I drop that down, you can see it doing something a bit more interesting. And also if I template my geometry, you can see what's going on here. So again, based on distance, we're passing the color black from here to here, and you can transfer any attributes, okay, like textures, velocities, or whatever, anything you have, and points primitives on the detail level or vertex level, and then we can blur it out with this blend. Okay, to get it, whoops, something a bit smoother. Can try different. Here it's not going to make a big difference yet, but we've got different ways of. These are different kind of interpolations. Okay, maybe you probably won't see it. Yeah, we're not going to see a difference yet until we start to have. You know, because this is just a solid yes or no, black or white. Great.